Okay, this is Warp Rationale. I'm Ben.
What's up? It's Eric.
There's Eric. All right, let's just get on with it. So you're telling me your what if for this episode.
So what if, in order to power your car,
I have a lot of questions
before you could drive, before your car doesn't run on gas.
Yeah.
It runs on the fact that you are so full that you have to crap right now. Like you have to take a dump right now. So you have to eat so much food. And your car is powered as long as you have that feeling. So you can go from wherever you want to as long as you feel like you have to crap. But of course, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
As soon as you take a shit, your car's not going anywhere.
All right. So I got a lot of... I mean, first of all, did we make a genie mad? Like, this is such a weird thing. Like, is there some tube or a sensor? Are the cars built for this?
Yeah.
Or
all existing cars now have changed to this. So yeah,
so that's just what it is.
You've pissed off a mythical being
who's decided. We all remember the Earth that was.
Right.
We just drove by by using gas. Okay.
Gas stations are like having to sell food now.
Yeah. Like
real food.
Like every gas station is a supermarket or a fast food drive-through now. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot.
And everybody knows when you're driving, you got to shit.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a real equalizer, right? Does that get rid of... That probably makes road rage way worse.
Yeah, it probably does.
It's just angry people who have to take a dump fighting.
Yeah. Trying to hold it in.
The thing that made me want to carry this out and really ask you about it is what I'm interested in is I know that within 48 hours of this change happening, there's going to be a cultural rift along the lines of gun control and feminism for drivers and riders. Okay? Because the person who drives has to have anal misery wrought upon them in order to make the car go.
Yep.
But everybody else can ride for free.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So where do you land on that? Since we're both family people.
Okay, I've got to drive.
Yeah.
And I mean, so you're saying that people you have this culture of people who just start bumming rides off everybody because they don't want to have to shit to drive their car.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's a culture of people. I think that is by default. By default, you are a person who does not want to have to shit himself almost.
Right. To
make a car move.
Right.
And I think everybody's in that camp. The issue is going to be like, oh, you filthy fucking shit haver. Here I am. Just full
to the brim.
Just to make this car run, I gotta get this food delivered. There's a whole new industry of food shipment built around making sure that people can get this. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. What happens when you? Do you think that traffic will even be able to move in a world where every half a mile there's a car just splayed out across the road and a guy just hunkered in the bushes?
Man.
We're going to have to completely revise the highway system to make sure there's enough room to leave those cars for however many days.
Right.
That it takes for you. I mean...
those changes are coming. Like, they're implementing.
What about trains? Eric, what happens to the trains?
I'm not sure how this affects trains.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't drive a train. I don't know.
Because I figure, assuming this isn't technological.
No.
This isn't a natural
This is mystical.
This is some mythological creatures like thou shalt not have an easy time unless your butt's full.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, surely, can you get on a public bus?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But
you can still ride a bus.
But do you have to need to shit?
To ride a bus?
As a passenger, does the volume of people make a difference?
No.
So just so long as the driver is miserable.
The driver is absolutely miserable.
So what this is going to end up going to, I think, what I would end up proposing is that we test the limits of this arcane shit force that we're dealing with.
Really? You really want to? Okay, go ahead.
No, I know. I don't mean push the buttons of the thing that did it to us. Because
no.
That's done.
That's done. Yeah, we're already in there.
But what I would say is like we start developing things that make you feel like you need to take a shit.
Right.
Even though you don't. So everybody...
No, it knows.
Every car seat has a... on it. You know. You know what I'm talking about.
No, there's nothing you could... Like, you have to really have to shit.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be full. There's no medicine that's going to change it.
So it's just...
You just got to. You have to.
This fucking thing come and check.
Ultimately, the cars know.
What did we do to this thing?
I don't know what we did. We pissed it off somehow. But, like, ultimately, do you still travel? Like, do you still, like, how often do you travel? Like, do you just, let's say you're not planning on going anywhere, but you eat a lot of food. Yeah. And you're like, well, damn it, I really have to shit. Should I go ahead and run to the store real quick while I can?
I think I'm the wrong person to ask about this because my standing policy is I'm not going anywhere.
That's true.
For anything ever. So, you know, but if you were to get somebody who had, I think that this would probably completely change how humanity works in terms of transportation. I want to say, you know, we'd be like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna build a river system.
Yeah.
Because screw it. Okay?
So you think people would just start doing other stuff?
It doesn't matter whether your colon's full or not. Boats float. That's just how that is.
That's interesting to me because I feel like people would just start dealing with it.
Well, but
and it's just not, having the shit.
It's not like something you can't hold forever. Eventually, you're going to have to.
You're going to have to eventually.
And when enough people have been stranded in the wilderness trying to drive somewhere for fucking Christmas or something,
yeah.
Like that's going to put an end to that. When nobody can go anywhere,
forgot about Christmas.
Nobody's going to try. Yeah, you're thinking about like in the here and now. Like, do I have to go to Walmart?
Right.
I'm thinking like. People have to go to work. People have to have meetings. People have to do all kinds of stuff.
And as soon as somebody shows up, like let's say they show up at the gathering for Christmas, they're just like, "Hey, everybody, I really have to shit."
Oh yeah, like everybody's gonna need. There's gonna be a complete shift in how we shit.
Right.
And I really think that driving would just collapse. I think that would just be over.
So people would just quit driving?
I think they would. I think it would take some time, but I think within a year or so, somebody would have set out a way to just, we're done. We're done with that. Families live closer together. Well, you got to think, though, the things that made it so that we live so far apart from other people all come from being able to drive. Not because we want it, but because you have the opportunity. So when we live in a world without the opportunity to drive around because of all the shit problems, you're going to find a lot more people finding jobs nearby, communities that are supporting themselves. Because how the fuck... Are you going to have just a series of dudes who need to take a shit to drive corn from Indiana here?
Yes. See,
you're not. Things will become so regional. You'll have to live in Florida to get oranges. You're not just going to be able to do whatever the fuck. No way, man.
No way.
You seem to disagree.
See, I do disagree. I think that people would figure out a way to make it work. So it's like you said, do you need this many people to train? Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you would have I think where you're thinking they would find new ways around driving. Definitely. I'm thinking they would find new ways to make you like they would put so much food in pill form. To where it's like it's not tricking your body into thinking like you still do have to shit, but you have these pills that you can take that's like you ate like a big fucking meal. So you feel full and you need to shit. And it takes like 5 minutes to work. I think they would start developing that kind of stuff.
Well, but you're saying the same thing that I was talking about before is artificially creating a sense of it.
Right.
If the point of the thing is only that you be miserable because of something embarrassing, you won't need a pill. I mean, anything will work.
Right.
I think that in this world of taking pills to make you feel like you need to shit, I'm just gonna ride a bike.
Probably.
Everything's gonna get local. Like, yeah, I think that there will still be people with a ton of money who will still be able to kind of have a head up on society and be able to pay for luxuries from other places.
Right.
But I tell you, this thing breaks down around shipping. When you can't order stuff anymore, when things don't just come your way, you're going to have to start looking around where you live to do it. And that's, like, honestly, this may be the best thing to happen to human society.
I was just about to say,
since the invention of the car. It's like, but all of a sudden, like, we're all communities, we're all taking our own stances on things, and we're making decisions together because what are you going to do? You can't move.
Right.
You're going to pack up the entire house, and you're ready to move to a new place. Hang on, everybody. I got to work up a shit. And how long do you think a person can hold in? Because the way you described it, we're not talking about like, I could probably go to the bathroom if I need to. We're talking about, dear sweet Jesus, I'm hanging over the limit. You're wearing a diaper. Yeah. For sure.
Oh,
because you expect, when we're living in a world full of, I think that people will change in terms of their confidence. And how brash they are in a world where every person shits their pants.
So I'm pretty much this has created everybody to be more humble.
I think that you've inadvertently created a world where we're all much more equal, happier people. Because there's nobody, we all say, well, everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. It's like, okay, yeah, but some people put on designer pants.
Right.
I'm still inferior to them, even though we're all the same. Like,
right.
Okay. You take that same notion, everybody shits their pants. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of pants you're wearing.
Right.
You dropped a duking.
You still duked
And I don't think of you as any better than me, because at the end of the day, you had to crap yourself to drive home.
Right.
So that's going to change how things go too, and that's also going to be why it's going to fall apart. Rich dudes who can afford not to have to deal with that are not going to fucking do that. They're not going to lose status.
But think about the jobs that would open up for like these rich guys who don't want to have to shit themselves to drive. They'll pay you a lot of money.
Oh, for sure they will.
To just get them from point A to point B.
But you're some asshole's fucking slave. I mean, it'll be the same way as that is. But there will be an elitist crowd. That'll be like the white pants society.
Yes.
Like you wear white clothes to show like shit here.
I'm shit free.
Now look at me. I go where I please and I stay clean.
Right.
Fucking assholes.
Shit free since 2013. So ultimately, let's break it down. That's what would happen with society. What would you do?
Me?
How would you handle it?
I mean, I wouldn't fucking drive that much. Okay. Like if I absolutely had to, then yeah. But I mean, I'd be living.
So how are you gonna get your kid to school?
I mean, I'm not retarded.
No, you're not.
I would just get a bike. They have sidecars.
Right.
They got and the roads are going to be a lot clearer. What with all the people who don't need to take a shit right now.
That's true.
So I figure that things are going to be a lot easier for somebody to commute on a bicycle.
Right.
Or, fucking go-kart. I mean, you said car. I don't know what constitutes a car to this.
You're right. I mean, I didn't
evil
really
fucking,
set up.
This douchey genie. This fucking dick. Like he sets his limits like any car. Like, how about trucks? Fuck you. I meant the trucks too. Okay. Yeah. Nobody yell anything else.
Yeah.
Let's just
everybody just let it go.
He doesn't know all the kinds of transportation, so let's just let him screw this up.
Right.
But yeah, basically whatever vehicles haven't been cordoned off, use that.
Yeah, use that. Okay.
Because I'm not stymied by your mythological shit monster. I see my way through this. But what would you do? Would you just be like, oh, I better eat up some cheeseburgers because it's time to drive?
Yeah, man. I'd be okay.
That's crazy.
I'd be okay with it. I really would be.
You're nuts.
It's not like to say be okay with it.
How often do you need to shit?
No,
already.
I don't.
Are you like okay? Is this some kind of thing where it works out in the end for you because you usually need to go to the bathroom?
No. It's just
you're sick.
In those times of like man, I've had those moments where it's like, oh man, I really have to go shit. I just think it would be more convenient. Yeah, I don't know, because then I don't have to pay for gas. I don't know.
You'll save money on gas, but you'll blow the whole world apart in new pants, man.
What people would probably just stop wearing pants altogether, start wearing diapers if you drove.
I doubt it. That's crazy, Eric. Don't be crazy. Diaper wearing society.
So you'd have the white pants society, you'd have the diaper society.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would have people like somebody whose job it is to drive. Assuming that I think that would dry up, but assuming that people
that would go away.
Assuming that people whose job is to drive are out there, they're gonna have a mini fridge ready to go, and they're gonna wear a fucking diaper because they're like, this is the part of the job now.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes.
And celebrities will be people who don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe.
But I mean, what do you do if? So is it just cars, like, or is it all motor?
Say for the sake of argument, it is all motor vehicles. It is all modes of transportation that require like a fuel.
Okay, so what about an electric train? You're in this instance, you are the shit genie.
Yeah.
So you might as well tell me.
You're right. Electric trains, no, electricity's fine.
Okay. So you could still take the train. So okay, that would probably get rejiggered into the. What about a guy? See, here's where this starts getting dangerous. Like, okay, if you're in the military and you're a helicopter pilot,
right?
Okay, how are you going to arrange around that? And you're in a combat zone, frightened, things to think about, missiles to dodge, gunfire. Guy in the back bleeding out. We got to extract this guy now, Mahoney. Okay? And you're up there sweating on your brow, trying not to shit your pants. Because if you do, that fucking bird falls right out of the sky. That's true. I mean, that's a lot of trouble.
It's a new world we live in.
Tank warfare's fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
That shit's probably over with.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to just have a... And oh my God, because we're going to start developing weapons that don't target the machines, but they make your bowels loosen.
Right.
So that,
like guns that make you shit. So
no. The guns will still shoot bullets. They're going to kill you. They're just going to make your tank not work with some kind of gas in the air. So we're going to have special gas masks to keep you from getting the poo release agent to make you shit so your tank doesn't work so the enemy can invade Russia. Right. And it's just, this is the end of the fucking world, man. This is the worst. How could you do this to us?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to see what happened.
Well, I think that things would be pretty rough.
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
Lots of people using boats, lots of people on bikes, militaries.
Would we get a canal system?
Yeah, I think so.
I just gave us a canal system, man.
I don't think that they could just throw it in, but I think there would be like probably an emphasis on massive like aqueducts, I think. But you know, like just giant canals that take you from one end of the world fucking one end of the whatever to the other end.
Right. Right.
But
as far as it could go, anyway.
Because it's not like we need to put a lot of money into roads anymore. What with all the fucking everything going wrong.
Right. You can just tear the roads, you know, have like minimal roads because there's probably minimal people driving.
But then, God, all the jobs that go away too. Like you're not going to have anybody working in transportation departments anymore. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess they would be put toward building the canal. They'd be put toward building.
Yeah, they would be what's that? Reassigned.
With all the electric railroads. This does sound like the only way to really make world peace happen, honestly. Because if we're all riding on electric railroads as commuters because we don't want to feel like we have to shit ourselves.
Right.
That's an environmental impact that's huge. This is world over, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. The entire world over, nobody drives cars anymore.
Right.
Like 100 years, our atmosphere is just in great shape. Things are going better there. War is stupid now. Everything you do is stupid. Like, we've found ways to make the dumb things about being a human kind of tolerable. You know, we have running water now.
Right.
We have plumbing. But in a world where you're in a place that has nothing for plumbing, I mean, you're in a car,
right?
And even if you were to shit, that would be the end of whatever you were doing. Like if you're trying to drive a troop transport and you take a tremendous shit, well, then that's the end of that.
Yeah, it's kind of done.
You can't fly a plane. Nobody's going to be willing to get on a plane and just be like, I hope your sphincter is very clenchy today.
Right.
Like, that will never happen. Nobody's going to fly anymore. No. So the world will fall apart in a lot of ways. But then again, like, it seems like on the whole, this will be pretty good.
Right.
For most people, with the exception of those fucking white pantsers.
that those pants will one day be brown.
I hate them so much.
All right, here we go. Here we go now. Gonna take it down. It's the end of the show. What's going on, folks? Yeah. Yes, the end of the mother show. End of the show. Yes, we did.